Mr. Chamita Pereira, Chairman of your association, Professor Ranjit Bandara, Member of Parliament, and Dr. Sarang Alahaparam, Chairman of the Coconut Research Institute, and also Mr. Haris Chandra, your advisor and the Permanent Secretary to the State Ministry, and also Chairman of the Coconut Development Authority, and all the members of EACBS, and also other invited guests and my dear friends. So let me at the outset thank on behalf of the Plantation Ministry, your chairman and the organizing committee of all important annual gathering of yours for inviting us to come here. And also I take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for having done wonderfully well in relation to your export performances. So the coconut-based substrates, you have started your association, if I'm correct, you were 14 years ago, and your exports have grown significantly during last couple of years' time. So I was made to understand by the chairman of your association, it has grown year to year basis about 20%, which is a significant growth rate. So you have contributed tremendously to the Sri Lankan export income. So I take this opportunity again to thank you. Sri Lankan export values totaling up to about $12 billion US, out of which the plantation sector contributed about $3.8 billion US last year. That was the highest ever recorded income from the plantation sector. Except income levels from tea sector, all the other sectors have performed reasonably well, reaching the highest levels of income, including rubber. Rubber sector recorded about $1 billion US, and US, the total income from the coconut sector reached up to $836 million US, while cinnamon and other export crops gave us about $450 million US. So all the sectors, rubber, coconut, cinnamon and other export sectors performed reasonably well, having recorded about 10 to 20% year-to-year growth. So it was a good year for the plantation sector, given the backdrop of the difficult scenarios that the country encountered, especially in 2020 and 2021, where the pandemic hit hard, and also you encountered major issues in relation to lot of issues in relation to your logistics and also incurring other costs. But having looked at your presentations and also having looked at your achievements during last years, and also I heard that you're going to achieve $350 million US target this year from 250 million, which is a reasonable growth. So with your inputs into the substrate sector, kernel products and other products might contribute to a significant achievement in the coconut sector export levels. Probably that would reach $1 billion US income. When you analyze all the sectors in the plantation segment, you can firmly believe, once you look at the growing sector and also looking at the demand pattern from the European countries and also Americas and from the other Eastern countries, sooner than later, coconut products and the export price would reach the highest level in Sri Lanka, surpassing the levels of tea. We get about $1.3 billion US income from tea. I think within 5 years down the line, coconut products would surely reach that level and might go up to about $1.5 billion US if things work out well. So in relation to that, our plantation ministry and also the state ministry is fully committed to provide all the assistance, including the policy assistance that we have created. During last 2 years since we came to power, we have taken few important decisions, including some matters pertaining to the legislature. We have included coconut tree into Tree Felling Act. All this time, it was not included in the Tree Felling Act. Sri Lankan Tree Felling Act covered only jack, breadfruit and palmyra. So 2 weeks ago, we enacted that legislature, including coconut tree also into the Tree Felling Act. So if somebody wants to cut a coconut tree, they should formally obtain license hereafter from Gram Niladhari or the AGA, depending on the number of trees. And also we have taken the decision to increase the number of seedling production in the country. It was only 2 million last year, whereas there's huge demand for the seedlings. So with the help of the CRI and also with the Coconut Cultivation Board, we have a target about 5 million. We go up to about 5 million this year. We hope that we should be able to achieve that target. And also we have outsourced at the regional level to have nurseries counting up to about 5,000 each per nursery. And also there is a huge demand for the hybrid seedlings. and we were producing only 200,000 per annum, and we have an ambitious program to bring that number up to 2 million. With the help of the CRI, we have started that program, but it will take about more than 1 year's time for the seedling production. So if we have hybrid production going up to about seedling production about 2 million, we have a very decent growth rate in relation to the coconut cultivation in the country. So we hope that with all those inputs in time to come, coconut kernel products and also substrate products and also the other products would favor in relation to the export income of the country. So the export income, which is very vital for us, as most of the speakers mentioned. So it's going to be a tremendous task ahead for all of us, having had that deficit of trade deficit about $10 billion year-to-year basis. With that, we were bridging that gap during last years with the income from the tourism industry and also the foreign remittances and also from the loans. But unfortunately, we encountered a lot of issues pertaining to our foreign remittances and also tourism income generation came to a very low level in 2020 and 2021 owing to that. And also owing to other difficulties, the country go through a severe foreign currency deficit. If you may pardon me, so I know you all encounter a lot of difficulties these days. So as the government in office, we take the responsibility for that. Hopefully, with the support of all of yours and all the exporters who are doing tremendously well in the country, we should be able to overcome these difficulties in months to come ahead. So let me thank again for having invited me to come here, and let us work together to ensure that we develop our export sector, including coconut substrate. So thank you very much and have a pleasant evening.